Yesterday, spring arrived here in Chicago. Tonight, August is here. It is hot at the ballpark, wind blowing out, and we're set for Chicago Cubs baseball. WGN Sports on the U brings you the Padres and Cubs in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Hi again, everyone. Along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. One of the big question marks going into this season was third base production. Ian Stewart on the disabled list, but the guys who have replaced him have been really good here lately.
Yeah, indeed they have. Everybody would love to have a David Wright on their club. The Cubs don't have that, so they're able to piece it together. The first Louis Valbuena from the left side. He's been really good throughout this month of April. Good patient at bat, showing some pop, 4 home runs, some big ones coming late in games. And now Cody Ransom is being picked up from the Padres off of waivers, provided a nice spark offensively. He went deep last night, his second home run in a Cub uniform. He's only had a handful of at-bats with Chicago. 4 games for the Cubs, 6 out of 13, hitting .426 with those 2 home runs. And you see Valbuena with that knack for getting it done late in the ball game.
An interesting pitching matchup tonight, Edwin Jackson and Edinson Volquez. When these guys are on their games, they can be very good because the stuff is there. But for Jackson, he's got to throw more strikes.
More strikes. Hitters will wait him out, so he's got to pound the strike zone early, set the tone. Last time in Miami, he struggled early, but then settled in to pitch 6 innings of 3-run baseball.
And for Volquez, he has never lost to the Cubs, and the former Red coming off his best start of the year.
Yeah, shutout baseball for him last time out. 4-0 in his career against the Cubs.
Each team playing well. Each have won 4 of their last 5. So the Cubs will play Game 2 of this long 10-game homestand. The defense has improved a lot. Ransom with a play of the night last night. And Darwin Barney back in the lineup every day has made a huge difference. Chicago Cubs baseball, brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. From shutouts to walk-offs, we've been celebrating the greatest moments in Major League Baseball for over 30 years. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer or go to shophonda.com for current offers. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. Chicago Cubs baseball in high definition on WGN TV is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. A reminder, tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO, La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. Get the umpires for tonight. The crew chief, longtime veteran Jerry Davis. Brian Knight is at first, Dan Iasonia at second, and Mark Carlson over at third. And let's check in on the Padres starting lineup. Everett Cabrera had a big night last night. He reached 4 out of 5 times. Chris Denorfia is in center. Chase Headley is at third. Carlos Quentin cleaning up in left. Yonder Alonso at first. Mark Kotze, the veteran, normally their top pinch hitter, is starting in right. Jed Jerko's at second. Nick Hundley off to a very good start. And the pitcher Volquez batting ninth.
Cubs defensively, it's brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And we'll start in left field. Soriano's there to Jesus center. Shearholtz over in right. Valbuena Castro on the left side of the infield. Darwin Barney with another spectacular play in last night's ball game. At second, Anthony Rizzo. At first, and Wellington Castillo is the hind catcher. Edwin Jackson still looking for his first win. He's 0-3, 4.76 the ERA through 5 starts this year. Batting average against him just .227. The walk numbers are high, however. And that's what's led to that little bit of an inflated ERA.
Unbelievable. 83 degrees. It feels like late July, early August. Not much humidity. That's about the only difference. If it were August 1st, humidity would be about 80%.
Yeah, I briefly started to complain about the heat today, and then I said, you can't do that. You can't go there. Not after what that first homestand felt like.
This is baseball weather.
It's going to be perfect tonight.
Cubs winning last night 5-3. Michael Bowden got the win in relief. Kevin Gregg his 4th save. And a lot of big defensive plays in that game. Good contributions from the bottom of the lineup. And we'll see what transpires here in game 2. Jackson without a win against the Padres in his career. 0-3 in 8 previous appearances, including 6 starts.
That's the bad news. The good news is the last time he pitched against him, just about a year ago, he pitched 6 shutout innings. That was at Petco Park while he was a member of the Washington Nationals. 6 2/3 of scoreless baseball in that game.
Now the pesky Everett Cabrera, switch hitter. 3 for 4, a walk, a double, 2 runs scored last night as the leadoff man. His on base percentage at a robust .390. Corner men in. And he fouls off, and we're underway.
Cabrera led the league in stolen bases last year, so he brings that element to the top of the order. If he works a high on base percentage, can get on base, and when his legs go to work, he can be a real force for them out of that leadoff spot. There are the numbers I referred to.
One misses. Padres had their 4-game winning streak come to an end last night. Just foul. 1-2. A lot of work on the field today. We had a nice chat with Cubs hitting coach James Rowson. So they've hit in the cage way too much, and there's nothing better than just getting out on the field on a day like this.
Hitters get a lot more feedback when they hit on the field. They see the way the ball carries. They can tell what kind of spin they're getting. The ball leaves the bat.
Cabrera strikes out swinging. 96 on that fastball by Jackson. Now, these home night games, you get a lot of extra work in. Cubs play so many day games. When you have a day like this, you really want to take advantage of it as a staff.
Power sinking fastball at 96 miles an hour. Jackson typically gets a lot of swings and misses on his slider.
Northia playing center. He started the game in right last night and finished in center. Ball one. Talked about the walks for Jackson. 15 so far, the fourth most in the National League.
Not a lot of at-bats, but in the few he's had, he's been good against Edwin. 4 out of 6 with a home run.
Bounce back to the pitcher, and Jackson with a nice play as he'll feed Rizzo. 2 down. And talking to Dale Swaim, you know, he said before the game in terms of Jackson, he says he's really had 4 bad innings. And if you can just eliminate those innings in which he loses command of his fastball, his record would look a lot different. 3 losses in his first 5 starts. Now Chase Headley with 2 outs.
Yeah, last time out, he struggled early. A lot of base runners the first 2 innings. All 3 runs he allowed last time out came in the first 2 innings. 7 of the first 11 men he faced reached base. And then he settled in and it's pretty much on cruise control.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you go 6 or 7 innings and you give up 4 runs on 8 hits, kind of doesn't matter if those hits and runs were spread out or if they're all in 1 inning. But for whatever reason, it seems like things have kind of piled up on Edwin. And then he has other innings. Wasn't it his first inning of the year where he struck out the side? You felt like, well, he's got no-hit stuff tonight.
Yep. And it's funny how we react to pitchers, too. Because the guy who gives up runs early and then settles in and hangs in there to the 6th, we give him high marks for hanging in there. The guy who gives you 5 scoreless and then gives up a 4 spot in the 6th, he blew it. Just blew up.
It's not how much, I guess it's when. Two and 2 on Headley. Carlos Quentin is on deck. Just underway here at Wrigley on a gorgeous night. Foul tip, he got it. So he gets all 3, 2 on strikeouts. The Cubs are coming up against Edinson Volquez. Let's go places to Jesus Castro and Rizzo at the top. Soriano, Sherholtz and Castillo, who has been a lot better at home than on the road here in the early going. Valbuena gets the nod at third. Darwin Barney, a good night at the plate last night. Edwin Jackson still looking for that first hit.
Padres defensively, Carlos Quentin in left field, Denorfia center. Mark Kotze, the veteran, he's the right fielder tonight. Headley won a Gold Glove last year. Cabrera and Jerko in the middle of the diamond. Yonder Alonso at first base. And Nick Hundley behind the plate for Edinson Volquez. 1-3 high ERA, 6.39. And control has been a big issue for him throughout his career. It is again so far this season. 10 free passes and a little over 25 innings of work. He's been hit pretty hard too. 315 batting average against, in particular the lefties, hitting 362 against him.
6 previous starts against the Cubs, his team winning all of those games.
Volquez has got good stuff. He's got a plus fastball, good curveball and changeup.
And a heater for a strike on De Jesus. They've been doing some tee work with one of his hitting coaches, Rob Deere, today. Too many guys are going to outwork De Jesus. And he lines, and it's caught by Cabrera. He timed that late perfectly for the out. Well, there's De Jesus squaring one up again.
Yeah, Cabrera just perfect timing and pretty good ups here for Cabrera. He's no Cody Ransom, but he can really jump.
That'll bring up Starlin Castro. One for 4 in the opener. And Volquez paints a strike on the outside. Volquez will turn 30 in July. Padres got him from the Reds in that blockbuster Matt Latos deal. Fly ball out into right center. And it'll be Denorfia to take it. 2 quick outs. We are extremely reachable. LennonJD at Tribune.com is our email address. We're on Facebook and we're on Twitter. We'd love for you to say hi.
Bleachers look pretty reachable tonight too.
Yes, they do. Waveland and Sheffield look very reachable. As the former Padre Anthony Rizzo takes a strike. A little bit low, 93, with some late movement from Volquez.
Starts him with a changeup at the top of the strike zone, then a sinker down. That's the one word you hear most associated with Volquez is enigmatic. Shows flashes of brilliance, and you think you got a real top of the rotation guy, and then because of the control issues, just kind of go into a funk. Overall, he's 45 and 43 in his career with an ERA just a little below 4.6.
Well, if you watch his windup, he's got a lot of moving parts, some pretty loose mechanics. So when they get out of whack, he gets whacked. Terrible start, but he's been really good his last 2 starts. It's the great conundrum for a lot of pitchers. Their deliveries give them deception and make them successful, and also can be their undoing. This is deep and into the corner for Anthony Rizzo on a 3-1 pitch. A 2-out double.
We've got a lot of production from the bottom of the order last night. A couple really big 2-out hits, rather. And 2-out double here. Rizzo just going to let that ball travel a little bit and then driving it the other way.
The final day of the month of April, and Dale was asked essentially why this team is 10-15, and he said it's been lack of timely hitting. Starting pitching has been excellent. Rizzo takes off for third, and he stole that one on the pitcher Volquez.
Well, a couple things at play there. One, you don't expect Rizzo to run. Two, with 2 outs, you don't expect anybody to run. But Rizzo never made, or Volquez never made him stop. As Anthony bouncing around out there, he's got fresh legs tonight. Let him skate an extra shift. Now the ball in the dirt.
And Volquez goes back to the windup against Soriano. Nice play by Hundley.
So, you know, we talk a lot about stolen bases and when to do it and where the value is. And normally you say, well, you don't want to steal third base with 2 outs. It's too high of a risk. You're already in scoring position. But if you've done your scouting and you know you can make it, you got a guy like Volquez on the mound who tends to get wild. He might be able to steal a cheap run here.
He already has 5 wild pitches, just over 25 innings of work. Bounced foul.
And to a certain extent, with some guys, it takes away their breaking ball. That finish off breaking ball, he might want to try to throw Soriano down in the dirt. He might back away from that. This is Soriano weather right here, isn't it?
No question.
Not homered yet. It was the middle of May before he went deep last year.
Swing and a miss on a ball way off the plate. So the Cubs strand Rizzo at third, scoreless after 1 from Wrigley. WGNTV.com, sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent, serving the area for 34 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. I've got a post on the Cubs bullpen. Been pretty good as of late, going closer by committee. Carlos Quentin fouls off. So here's what we have going with the Cubs bullpen now. We mentioned one of the reasons why this setup works is Dale doesn't have to answer the question every day from the media about who his closer is, and if a guy struggles, are you going to replace him? The irony is it's now created this situation where every day he's asked about the committee.
Right. Yeah. So the questions aren't going to go away. So as a manager, you just you can't base your decision making on making anybody else happy or providing answers for anybody other than your ball club.
Just got to go with what's working, and right now going with matchups has been working well. Jackson's 0-2, and Quinton's had an interesting series at the plate. He has yet to put a ball in play. He has now struck out 4 times and has walked twice.
Yeah, on swings a lot like this one. Samardzija last night with splitters down in the dirt, or sliders, had him chasing. Jeff got him twice, and then Kevin Gregg got him in the 9th.
Alonso with a game-tying 2-run single in the 5th off Samardzija in Game 1. That was the one big hit the Padres got to get back into the game, but Russell and Gregg in particular kept them from getting that big hit late.
I have to assume Gregg's not available tonight. Maybe emergency only.
They had a nice chat with Jeff Samardzija, not getting any run support, as that one is lined in front of DeJesus for a base hit. Battling some adversity, walking some guys last night. No excuses, but the thing that Jeff said that I found very interesting is almost like it's a good thing I have to go through some of these trials and tribulations.
Well, I think guys with a competitive nature like to try to overcome issues. So he's had the finger thing. He had a Band-Aid on all week, so he didn't do his normal bullpen routine. He didn't do his typical throwing between starts. You could feel it a little bit on his 4-seam fastball, but the good news is it didn't get any worse, so he feels like he's going to be 100% next time out.
Now Mark Kotsay. And a ground ball is going to get past Barney. Alonso will make the turn and head to third, and the Padres with a scoring threat here, first and third, with only 1 out.
Kotsay essentially beating the shift here. If you're playing normal double play depth, Barney's a couple steps towards the bag, and this is a 4-6-3 double play, but they're playing him to pull a little bit on the infield. It turns into a single and a first to third for Alonso.
Rookie second baseman Jed Jerko. And the pitch is low and outside, blocked by Castillo.
This is where the ability to strike somebody out really comes in handy. He's got 3 already.
Jackson wants a new ball.
If you can get Jerko here, they would have the option of pitching around or intentionally walking Hundley and then pitching to Volquez with 2 outs. If they were so inclined, but you're going to get this guy first.
Here's his 1-0. Now 2-0 with the hot Nick Hundley on deck. Hundley has not been your prototypical 8-hitter.
Laying in the weeds down there at the bottom of the order.
3-11 on the year.
And this kid Jerko, pretty good resume coming into this season, a lifetime .319 hitter in the minor leagues.
Swing and a miss on a slider.
See more of that in the big leagues than he did down in the minor leagues. The 2-0 breaking ball.
You say this kid's last name with such disdain. I notice when you do the defense. Jerko at second.
Well, because it doesn't look the least bit like Jerko, so you have to kind of.
You got to sell it.
Yeah.
That ball's hit very well. De Jesus tracking, and he won't get there. And the Padres are going to get a couple of runs. Alonso in, Kotze behind him. That is a 2-run double for Jerko. Sure, Edwin Jackson could come up with a couple of other words to describe the rookie after that big hit.
Well, he just kind of ruined the plan of pitching around Hundley and facing the pitcher with 2 outs by driving that ball to the wall. Padres draw first blood. As they did last night, they scored a run in the first in last night's game. Jerko.
3 straight 1-out hits. And here is Todd. Nick Hundley, no relation to Todd or Randy. And a roller to Castro. He thought about third, but he'll get the sure out instead.
They get a shot at him. Hey fans, do you have a group looking for a great spot to enjoy sunshine, baseball, and all you can eat and drink at Wrigley Field this summer? The Budweiser patio gives you the opportunity to do this in prime home run territory. Bring your best guests inside the ballpark this season. Phone number is 773-404-4200 or the website cubs.com/premier.
Runner at third with 2 outs, and Volquez, big swing, fouled it off.
Yeah, probably, with the pitcher coming up next, this probably is not going to hurt you. But because the base runner has to wait for that ball to clear, Castro had a clear shot at him at third base. Actually, a base running mistake by Jerko. Yeah. He's got no business going to third on that ball.
Well, the usual benchmark, if the ground ball is in front of you, you hold your ground.
Especially if the ground ball causes you to come to a dead stop to let it pass. It's just kind of like a double brain cramp.
It was so bad it worked. And he's looking over his shoulder at that point. Might as well put your head down and bust your tail, but he got there. Kids, don't try that at home.
No. Edinson Volquez, he's the player to be named later twice. First signed under the name of Julio Reyes, then he was Edison Volquez. And then somewhere around 2007 he added the N to become Edinson Volquez.
So he was a player to be named later and then the player to be renamed later.
And yet again.
Got a decent chance of striking out here. 92 strikeouts in 182 career at bats. Not great at math, but that's about half the time as he swings and misses. Jed Jerko with a 2-run double, and the Padres strike first. recognize your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers for their continued support of local youth baseball leagues. Once again, the local Chevy dealers are supporting over 30,000 young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program. In fact, since 2010, the dealers have been providing numerous leagues with equipment kits, instructional clinics, and much-needed financial support. One more reason why we say from the big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy truly is the official vehicle of baseball. Cubs are down 2-0. Second inning. Nate Scherholtz leading off against Volquez. A breaking ball strike. Oh, one on the way. Fly ball out into center, but not going to carry enough. Sounded good off the bat. Denorfia with the catch.
Sure did. I thought he got enough of that one. The way the wind is blowing, maybe it's a little deceptive, but for sure the crack of the bat, I thought Nate had himself a home run.
Wellington Castillo. 448 here at Wrigley. So back to what Dale said about April so far. Just lack of timely hitting, and the numbers would back him up. Going into the game tonight, with the bases empty, the Cubs are hitting .253 as a team with an OPS of .715. And as you get men on base, it starts to go south from there. .640 OPS with men on. .499. That's on base plus slugging with runners in scoring position and a .157 batting average.
Yeah, so that's obviously not good. I mean, I can't even compare that to an individual player. You know, you can't make that case. That'd be like having a team full of so-and-sos. Buddy Biancalana.
Swing and a miss, strike three. So JD, talking about mechanics, if you're Darren Balsley, I would think Edinson Volquez is a guy you probably spend a little more time with than some of your other pitchers, just because of that delivery.
If he's receptive, you know, that's the challenge for a big league pitching coach. You've got a guy who's had some success at the big league level, so you've got to find a way to work with a guy, you know, within the parameters that he's willing to listen. But I don't know that Volquez is a guy who's not inclined to take advice from his pitching coach.
Popped into short left. Racing in is Quentin, and he makes a grab, and the Cubs go down in order in the second. Shutdown inning for Volquez after his team gave him two.
VIP game experiences available. Each package includes great tickets, first-class hotel accommodations, a special Cubs gift bag, a tour of the ballpark, and a private meet and greet with a current Cubs player. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
Top of the order for San Diego. Padres leading the Cubs 2-0. The fastball is off the plate in on Cabrera. Jackson throwing a little harder tonight. Fastball averaging just under 93 miles an hour, but we've seen him hit 96 a few times. That is a proud mom.
Okay, he's Captain Cub, and she's Captain Cub's mom. That'd be fun if we got a shot of him in the 6th inning. All of a sudden, she was Captain Cub, and he was Captain Cub's son.
Oh, we got
the whole family's here. Captain Cub's sister.
Three and one on Cabrera. Well, that's a guy you don't want to walk. He can help it. He can hit his way on because of that speed we talked about.
Yeah, so you got to be willing to channel a fastball right here. Don't kind of guide it in there. Go ahead and let it go.
And there is that dreaded leadoff walk.
But, you know, we talked about Edwin having some control problems this year. And Volquez, it's been an issue for him throughout his career. Jerry Davis, the home plate umpire, the crew chief, and he's been a good umpire for a good long while. But Jerry has a pretty tight zone. So we do have a confluence of situations here that could lead to some walks.
Cabrera already with a big lead, not running, and that one missed up. And the slider 1-0.
Edwin immediately looking down at his hand. It's kind of ironic. One long ago, we were worried about the dexterity of the fingers because it was so cold, and guys had to blow on their hands and do everything they could to stay warm. Now we're worried about perspiration and slipping. That might have been a balk. I think it was a little funky there.
See how Jackson just reached down, grabbed some dirt, trying to get a better grip.
Now, I think he lost the handle on that ball as he was trying to make the pickoff throw.
I think it's a matter of if, it's when Cabrera will try to steal this base. Northia fouls off. Jackson ready. And the pitch, a chopper to the shortstop Castro. He will throw to first. That's the only play he had. Cabrera easily made second.
Yeah, good decision there by Castro. He was positioning himself to make that feed to second base, but realized he had no shot at Cabrera with that high hop. And he made the right move. Well, he might have caught the corner home plate with the hard dirt out in front. And then you see Castro making the adjustment and firing to first base.
Sadly, a strikeout victim his first time up. Started the year on the disabled list. Missed the first 2 weeks plus with a broken thumb.
The Padres were inclined to move him, and there was a lot of talk about that last year. They could get a pretty good haul. He's turned into an outstanding major leaguer.
He'll turn 29 on May 9th. Career year last year. That one pulled into right. Barney just couldn't get it. And Cabrera had to hold up and make sure that liner got through. Could only advance to third.
Barney has so much range out there, you're surprised when he doesn't catch one. Off the end of the bat. A little humpback liner just beyond the reach of Barney. And Padres threatening again.
Carlos Quentin, the former Diamondback and White Sox, two-time All-Star. And a pitch by Jackson, hit high in the air to left. Cabrera's going to tag. Soriano now coming in. And no throw to the plate. That's a smart move. Now, he didn't really get behind the ball, but with Cabrera running, he really had no shot on him. So why not keep Headley out of scoring position? Hey, Cub fans, if you want to manage a game along with Dale Swaim, log on to WGNTV.com right now and click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and info while you're watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more. 3-0 Padres. Quentin with his 7th RBI on the sac fly. Ball one low to Alonso. Well, that leadoff walk comes back to bite Edwin Jackson. Seems like it does a lot. From a pitcher's perspective, I'm still trying to figure out if there's anything good about a leadoff walk. And in 15 years or so, I still haven't found one.
Yeah, maybe if you walk Barry Bonds back in the day in the tie game, there might have been some value in that.
Jackson throws on the 1-1. And the snap throw by Castillo is going to head down the line through the bullpen. And Headley will get second on a throwing error by the catcher.
Well, last week or 10 days, the Cubs have really tightened things up defensively. Not a bad idea. This was kind of a point of emphasis for the Cubs this spring. They wanted to make sure they kept those base runners in check. And that's when you'll see that with the left-handed hitter up there. Catcher will slide in behind him and flip it down there to first base. The execution was lacking.
Meantime, 2-1 on Alonso. Here it is. Just outside 3-1. Kotze would bat next. Jackson has walked at least 4 in 3 of his first 5 starts. 1 free pass tonight. It was the leadoff walk to Cabrera. 3-2.
It's frustrating because he has such good stuff. So you would argue, man, he should just be challenging these guys. And it's not like he's not trying to throw strikes. And you talked about it with Volquez with his mechanics. I haven't seen anything sloppy in Edwin's mechanics, but throwing the ball where you want to is a skill. And some guys are better at it than others.
3-2 with 2 outs. High bouncer to Darwin Barney to end the inning. Padres add to their lead on a sac fly by Quentin. It's now 3-0 in the third. Our AT&T Uverse replay of the game. The hero last night, offense and defense, was Cody Ransom. But how about this? A YouTube sensation in 2009. That is a 60-inch or 5-foot box jump. He was working with some former college football players who were getting ready for the combine. So from 2 feet, he jumped onto a box at 60 inches. He got to 64 inches that day. The official world record is 58 inches. That is very impressive. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible.
Was he at altitude?
I don't think so.
Did he have flubber in his sneakers? Fred McMurray, get in there, put a little flubber in there.
I showed that video to Darwin Barney, who can dunk a basketball, and he was intrigued. What do you think you could do?
I could. When I was a high school basketball player, one of the old guys who used to come to all the high school games used to accuse my mother of feeding me pancakes before the game. So
you didn't have
you got a pretty good idea, what kind of hops I had. So now if you've been with us since Cabrera made that catch of the line drive off DeJesus in the first inning, and I said he's no Cody Ransom, now you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that was a little inside tease, I guess.
Yeah,
so Jackson here with 1 out, nobody on. And outside for ball 1.
See, I think sometimes the test to see whether a pitcher is throwing his pitches with conviction is when the opposing pitcher comes up to hit. And what I mean by that is you see a lot of times in the game, especially with the fastball, where guys off the plate, and all of a sudden the opposing pitcher will come up and just boom, knee-high outside corner, boom, right down the heart of the plate if need be. So, that tells you that the guy's a little bit gun-shy of challenging with his fastball if he's willing to attack the weaker hitters. But, obviously there are times where you're going to be careful with dangerous hitters. But getting into that whole argument or debate again, whether it's mechanical or mental, the guy can't throw strikes.
Volquez is 17-game winner, 2008. He was an all-star that year. Jerko will get Jackson. It was Cincinnati. 3.21 ERA. 6 in a row now retired by Volquez.
He was traded from Texas to Cincinnati, the Josh Hamilton deal, and then they both had monster years after the deal. Since then, Hamilton has become one of the best players in the American League, and Volquez has kind of limped along. Volquez was really good in his home ballpark last year, but his ERA on the road was somewhere in the mid to high fives.
The Jesus, whose mantra is keep raking. And you know what? He normally does. He's 0 for 1, but he lined out to the shortstop who made a really nice jumping catch.
Good tight curveball there from Volquez. Like I said, he's got good secondary pitches too. Good changeup, good curve.
Talking the other day about Nate Scherholtz and how even keeled he is. I would say DeJesus is even keeled, but he's more in the upper register. He's, Nate just, that's when he's really happy and really upset. That look right there. Whereas DeJesus, when he gets upset, he smiles. He's just that kind of guy. He's very positive, bounces around the clubhouse, tons of energy. And they're both really good guys to have on your ball club. You don't want everybody to be the same.
And you like that personality on a young club. And you got a lot of young players that are going to be moving into the organization. Those are the kinds of guys you like to have around to show them the way.
Quentin in left to end the inning. So Edinson Volquez, off to that rough start this year, dealing the night early. There in the second row today is Amy's last day with the Chicago Cubs after 9 great years in the finance department. Amy, we wish you all the best. Kotze slices this one foul.
A clean first inning for Edwin, and then a lot of work in the second. A couple of base runners in the third. This is pitch number 50 for him.
Katse, the first round pick of the Florida Marlins in 1996. He was an outstanding pitcher at Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, didn't he win the Golden Spikes or Hauser Award? One of those college awards. I know he was an outstanding collegiate player.
I know he was an All-American. He almost moved into the Marlins bullpen because of their depleted staff in 2000.
Playing this season at 37 years of age. Still loves to strap it on, play some hardball. A great guy in the clubhouse. Bud Black thinks really highly of him. There's some big hands right there.
I heard Katse, I think through our crowd mic, was talking to somebody while he was in the on-deck circle. A fan in the front row said, "Did you play for the Red Sox?" He said, "Yeah, I played with 7 teams. Swing and a miss, strike 3." In Boston in parts of 08 and 09. Jerko with a 2-run double in the second to give the Pods the lead. You start to kind of look a little deeper into the numbers for Edwin Jackson to try to figure out, what hasn't gone right for him. And it's still so early. We're only 4 weeks into the season, but I guess the one thing I point to, he's averaging 17.5 pitches per inning. That's above his career mark by about a pitch. The last time he had that many pitches per inning, you have to go back to 2007 with Tampa Bay as Jerko singles. So it's done a couple of things. He's had long innings, and it's also shortened his outings.
Right, yeah, he's had to come out of the game a little bit earlier than you would like. Yeah, and I was looking at some numbers on him the other day, and this is debatable, but Fangraphs has that stat, left on base percentage. A number of guys that are that you strand, and his strand rate is it's really low, and there's a certain element of luck in that. So he hasn't had a lot of good luck. It's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. Well, he's striking out people. That has not been a problem. The other thing is he's not getting a ton of run support. That's pretty much out of his hands, even though he does bat. You don't expect a pitcher to help himself that often with the bat.
Unless you're Giovanni Gallardo.
Homered again last night.
Come out and enjoy this great weather at beautiful Wrigley Field. Got a Rangers in town for a makeup game. Don't forget about that one. 1-800-THE-CUBS or Cubs.com. Got the Reds, we got the Cardinals, we got the Rangers, we got a 4-gamer, a 3-gamer, a single game, a 2-game series. All kinds of options.
And another errant throw to first base. Second error of the game. Castillo got the first one, Jackson this one.
Anthony just a little bit late getting the glove down on this one. That's charged to Edwin Jackson, but for me, that's on Anthony. Looked to me like he just whiffed on it.
0-2 on Hundley. Now that's an area the Cubs have to tighten up. Sean Camp with that balk. And some throwing errors to first. Bounce to Castro, and he will throw to Rizzo in time to get Hundley. This time Jerko, a smart base running decision, getting a third, well ahead of that bouncer.
You know, in defense of the Cubs defenders, Edwin is very deliberate. Takes a lot of time, really slows down the pace of the game, and sometimes the concentration of the guys in the field wavers because of that. You just get out of the natural flow of the game.
The 0-1 to Volquez. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. 6 punch-outs now for Jackson. He keeps the Padres off the board in the 4th, but they lead 3-0. Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. We'll stroll through the neighborhood on a nice Tuesday night. Holy cow, my first baseball game. I assume it was the youngsters' first game.
Yeah, guessing that's the case. You need to get here a W.
Cubs with 1 hit. That was a 2-out double from Anthony Rizzo in the first inning. But other than that, Volquez has been on his game.
Yeah, let's see. Second time around the order. Cubs can get a little something going here.
Volquez was their opening day starter. Only went 3 innings against the Mets in New York in an 11-2 loss. 2 starts ago at San Francisco, 6 innings, 2 runs, and a no decision, and then he beat the Brewers in 7 shutout innings in a 2-1 win. 1-1. A shout out to Brad Hart in Ames, Iowa, watching Cubs baseball tonight. Fly ball to center. Denorfia drifting back. He's at the track and he makes a grab right in front of the wall.
Denorfia is a solid defender. Played right field last night. Castro gave it a pretty good ride, just didn't get enough of it. Unlike the Cleveland Indians, we're leading the Philadelphia Phillies 14-2 tonight. There's been 9 home runs hit in that game.
Ooh.
The Tribe has 7. The Phillies have hit a couple.
Couple of long extra inning affairs last night. Miami beat the Mets in 15 4-3. It was a costly one, though. They lost Giancarlo Stanton with a sprained hamstring. He's on the DL. 5 hours 31 minutes. And I know you stayed up until about 3:45 our time to see the A's beat the Angels 10-8 in 19 innings. 6 hours 32 minutes, longest game ever by time in Oakland.
Time flies. Brandon Moss hit a home run in the 6th inning of that ball game, and then 13 innings later hit the walk-off. People come to the ballpark for a lot of different reasons. Catch up with old friends, enjoy a cold beverage on a warm night.
Full count on Rizzo. And we'll do it again. So the Indians beat the Royals 9-0 last night, and continuing to pummel opponents tonight. Rizzo lines out into right center. On his way to second, and he'll stand there with his second double tonight.
I talked earlier about our conversation with James Rowson down around the cage during BP today, and he said with Anthony, it all starts with his hands. He said he can tell by looking at his hands position as he awaits the pitch whether he's going to put a good swing on it or not. Good hustle. Second double.
Volk has 2 strikeouts, one of them Soriano to end the first. There it is. And he pops it up. Shallow right. Long run, and Kotze can't make the catch. Rizzo to third. A bloop single for Soriano.
And you could tell as Jerko was going after that ball that he was in a bit of trouble. Wynn working it back. Conte had a long way to go. I don't know if Jerko was called off by Conte or if he just realized I'm not in the right spot. I'm just going to peel off and hope my right fielder can come in and bail me out.
So the door is open here, first and third, with only one out. Kick and the pitch. Ball one. Sherholtz, one of 14 players to make their Cubs debut this month. The most players to make their Cub debut in a single calendar month in the last 98 seasons. A lot of roster turnover. You think about a few guys are here who weren't even in the organization when the season started. Ransom, Gregg, Lowe. Bounce to first. They get one at second. Relay throw. They turn it the hard way. 3-6-3. So Alonso made the right decision, and Volquez gets out of the inning. It's still 3-0 San Diego. Creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank. Member FDIC. New Cub fan was born yesterday. Bentley Stewart Lippo, checking in at 9 pounds 22 inches. Congrats to WGN TV sports producer and dad, Steve Lippo.
There goes Steve. Congratulations. That's a big baby. Kind of oxymoronic, isn't it? Big baby, but that is a big baby.
Everett Cabrera leading off an inning for the third time. So you mentioned the Phillies and Indians tonight. I got to kind of come back on something we talked about at the beginning of the year, how weird it would be to have interleague play essentially from opening day until the final day of the regular season. I'm kind of used to it at this point. No big deal.
Yeah.
It's just the way of the world now in baseball. Cubs will see the Texas Rangers for a makeup game next Monday here at Wrigley Field. That game is right here on the U. That's a happy baseball fan right there. 2-1 on Cabrera. Rizzo now backs up at first. Buena's still in at third.
This 4-game series, they're an advanced scout's dream. They can come in and they watch 4/5 of each team's rotation in one series. Cubs with a couple more against the Padres before the Reds come to town. Feldman and Andrew Kashner tomorrow, and then Travis Wood and lefty Eric Stultz in the finale of this series Thursday afternoon.
.3-1 is drilled into center. That ball's going to roll. And this looks like a triple at least for Cabrera. They better hit the cutoff guy. They do. He's the kind of runner, if you make any mistakes out there, he circles the bases. As it is, it's a leadoff 3-base hit.
Now we talk so much about cashing in leadoff doubles. Boy, leadoff triple. If you don't get that run home, that's very frustrating. So a tall order here for Jackson as he tries to strand Cabrera at third base with 2, 3, 4 coming up. A little hesitation at the bag. I'm not sure why. And then head first dive that wasn't needed either, unless he was running out of gas.
And the infield will be drawn in against Denorfia. Cubs already down by 3. Well, there's one away as Denorfia checked his swing and just bounced out to Rizzo.
Now, with nobody out, the Padres are not going to be too aggressive with Cabrera in that situation. So no contact play on. Now with 1 out, that may change. He may be going on contact here.
The decision for a manager like Dale Swaim in this spot to bring the infield in has many components. So that was the run expectancy for the Padres with a runner at third, nobody out. Still a pretty decent chance if they're going to get this guy in.
And this is not a scenario that happens all that often. Those are the percentages we're looking at. Runner at third, 1 out. The Padres get that run home 82% of the time. Cub pitchers right around league average in terms of preventing it.
And Headley hits a fly ball to deep left. Soriano's going to have to play the hop. Actually, the ball caromed off his shin. And that is a double for Chase Headley. So the infield in there didn't matter at all. It's 4-0. Now, just to finish the thought, JD, that they're bringing the infield in this spot. Yeah, it's kind of early. We're in the 5th, but the Cubs, by and large, are a team that scores 3 or 4 runs, so you just don't want to give up too many.
Yeah, you change your thinking a little bit depending on what your lineup's doing, what the opposing pitchers do. Volquez a little shaky there in the 4th, but for the most part, he's been able to shut down the Cub hitters tonight. Get to that stage where you just feel like you can't afford to give up any more. I've seen a shift in the thinking anyway with managers. You see managers pull the infield in much earlier in games than they did before.
Quentin skies this one down the right field line. Out of play. Well, we are in a very different run scoring environment than we were 10 years ago.
And I'm guessing there's a lot of data to support it too. That hey, and just anecdotally, you think about watching games. We always talk about the drawn in infield and the base hit through the drawn in infield. Doesn't happen that often. Sometimes, yeah, you're going to get burnt by it. What I would like to see is with some of these pull hitters up, if you pull the infield in, put 3 guys on the left side of the infield for a right-handed pull hitter and bring them all in tight and just see how deep that gets into his brain. See what kind of swing he tries to nudge the ball to the right side.
The 0-2. Fair ball. Headley will come around to score. Ball gets by Sherholtz briefly. Quinton at second with his first hit of the series and his second RBI. 5-0. By the way, that's Carlos Quinton's first hit of the season to the right side of the diamond.
And it looked like he was committed to it with 2 strikes. He was staying back. He's been fooled by so many breaking balls for the first few at-bats of this series. So he was saying, I'm going to stay back. I'm going to let that ball get as deep as possible. I'm not going to be fooled by a breaking ball. And fastball away really played into his hands, too. I think fastball in there, you probably just absolutely jam the daylights out of him.
Padres now with 8 hits. Half have gone for extras. 3 doubles and a triple.
Cubs bullpen had to cover 4 innings last night, so Dale Schwam hoping to get Jackson much deeper into this game than he's likely going to be as he struggles here in the 5th, but nobody throwing yet. So this may be one of those games where Edmonds just got to suck it up, continue to battle so he can save some arms in that pen.
Left center and trouble and gone into the basket. Alonso goes oppo. A 2-run homer and it's 7-0.
The Cubs' streak of consecutive games being decided by 4 runs or less in jeopardy now. And Alonso, boy, real quiet with the lower body, just explodes the hands through the zone, and that's his game. He's really good left center to right center. That's what we're talking about. All 25 games have been decided by 4 runs or less. That's the second longest streak to start a season in baseball history.
And with that, there will be action.
It's not so much an accomplishment as an interesting factoid, but there you go.
25 in a row decided by 4 or less. Cameron Lowe just starting to play catch in the bullpen.
Nothing cheap about the hits in this inning by the Padres, and say that for most of their hits tonight. A lot of hard contact from the fighting Friars here this evening.
Is a strike. 3-1 to Katse. Ball 4. Vespasio will head on out. It's a bad feeling for the pitcher, the pitching coach, and the manager when you just can't see the light at the end of the tunnel this inning. That's the 4th consecutive batter to reach base. Time now for Xfinity Home from Comcast. The key here has been the bullpens. Cubs bullpen has been outstanding. I don't know if it'll come into play tonight. Cubs winning 6 of their last 7 in this ballpark against San Diego. Get peace of mind with Xfinity Home, the total home security and home control solution that keeps you more connected to what matters most.
These clubs split the season series last year. The Cubs swept the Padres here, then the Padres returned the favor in San Diego.
Called strike. Fly to deep right. Sherholtz looks like he's got room. He does.
A well struck ball by the Padres, however. Interesting when you look back at this inning. You think back to Cabrera's last at bat. Here's this fly ball by Jerko. Out under it a little bit. But Cabrera's at bat in the third, he walked. We talked about the leadoff walk coming back to bite you. So here in the fifth, it wasn't a leadoff walk, but it was a 3-1 count where he had to throw him a cookie, and Cabrera hit the triple to get things started. Just the walks, but the putting yourself in bad spots. Trying to get big league hitters out. 2-0, 3-1. That's a tough way to make a living. It's a handsome living. It's a tough way to make a living.
Bounced foul pass. Long time Padre third base coach Glenn Hoffman, older brother of Trevor Hoffman. He's one of the best. One to Hundley. Another line shot and a base hit. So Hundley socks a single in the left. Inning still alive for Volquez. They're going to bat around here in the fifth.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for the manager. People are going to accuse him of giving up on the game by not getting Jackson out earlier. You got to think long term.
Volquez benefiting from a lot of run support tonight. And the way he has pitched, looks like he doesn't need a bunch, and he is going to help his own cause here. And the throw to the plate is going to be way up the third base line. 8-0 as Volquez knocks in Kotze. First hit and RBI of the year for the light hitting Volquez.
That's why I'm hoping to get Edwin Jackson through this inning, but now after that from the opposing pitcher, he's going to make the move.
And he's going to apparently make a double switch in the process. And we'll be back. 8-0 Padres.
and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual group tickets are available for all games. For more details, go to WrigleyvilleRooftops.com or 773-248-ROOF.
Sinker baller Cameron Lowe trying to get out of this fifth inning. Cabrera started it with a triple. He's a 10th Padre to come up, as Julio Borbon takes over in left and will bat in the 9th spot. Dale deciding to give Soriano the rest of the night off.
Going to ask a couple innings out of Cameron Lowe tonight, I'm sure. He can hang in there. Again, it's kind of you operate on two different levels here. Sure, you'd love to come back and try to win the game, but you're trying to save the arms of the bullpen so they're fresh to fight another day. And Cameron Lowe making his 5th appearance with the Cubs. First 3 went well. Last time out Sunday in Miami, not so well. A couple of home runs. That's what had plagued him with Seattle earlier this season. He's now allowed 8 home runs in 11 2/3 innings of work.
Low with a 1-0 to Cabrera. It is a strike. 1-1. All Padres here tonight. 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 5 big ones here in the 5th. Bounce to Rizzo, fair ball, and the inning is over. Big one for the Padres. They get 5-2 on a homer from Alonso.
Creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank, member FDIC. Crooked numbers up there for the Padres. And a tough night for Edwin Jackson.
Volquez with that RBI single ended the inning on base, so taking a little extra time to get ready here for the bottom of the 5th. Castillo, Valbuena, and Barney for the Cubs. Well, I guess not the only positive here. It is an offensive atmosphere with a wind blowing out. And it stopped as I said it.
Anything can happen, Len. Not a ball game left because has a history of imploding from time to time. It's usually control issues for him, and you got to be able to take some walks. That's an issue for this Cub club. They don't draw a lot of walks.
Yeah, he has not issued a freebie yet. Swing and a miss.
So if you're, Dale and his hitting coaches, Rob Deere, James Rouse, and that's what you're telling guys. Hey, we're down 8 runs, but let's have good at bats, stay in the game.
It's James Rouson. James has really enjoyed working with Rob Deere. He said 2 sets of eyes, just another vantage point. It's been very helpful. He said you miss stuff. You get so focused in on one particular thing. And other people involved has been very helpful. Out into the alley, and it will get down for Castillo on his way to second. He's got a double. Good start to the 5th.
The Cubs had real good swings at Volquez in the 4th. Castro hit that deep drive to center. And Denorfia caught on the warning track. Rizzo with a double. Soriano, well, his was a little flare. And now this one by Castillo.
You don't have to get it all back here in one fell swoop. Could use a few swoops. Still plenty of time. The 0-1 pitch off the plate in.
Volquez obviously has to complete 5 innings to qualify for the win, but now with this big lead, you expect, as a starting pitcher, you expected to stretch it out. We talk about the Cubs trying to save their bullpen. His MO should be the same. Pitch deep into this game.
Fly to right. Kotze back to the track. It's gone. A 2-run homer. Luis Valbuena, and they're on the board.
Keep the line moving. We talked in the open about the production the Cubs have got from the third base position this year. Valbuena doing his part, not hitting for a high average, but working some walks and providing some power. It's his 5th home run.
So the Cubs continue to get good production out of third base. Still nobody out. Double home run. Off the outside corner. That's a pitch. As you mentioned, Jerry Davis has not been giving the pitchers tonight. Volquez really wanted it. Seems shaking his head. 2-0.
That's the reputation, Jerry. Jerry pretty tight.
Drifted back right over the heart of the plate. 2-1. Outer third that time. Foul pop out of play. Well, former Cub Randy Wells has announced his retirement at 30 years old. He was pitching in the Rangers organization at AAA. 5 years as a Cub. His best year was his rookie year, 2009. He won 12 games at a 3.05 ERA. That number went up over the next 3 seasons every year. Always had to locate everything perfectly. And a really good changeup. That's a fair ball for Barney. So 3 consecutive hits to start the bottom of the 5th.
3 consecutive extra base hits after some pretty good whacks at Volquez in the 4th. Sometimes that 5th inning can be a little bit of a psychological hurdle for a pitcher. It's just a running fastball that drifts in on Barney a little bit, and he's quick enough to buggy whip it down the third baseline. So the swoop, and that was another swoop. We need another swoop here.
Yeah. Well, Randy Wells had a good career. A 38th round pick, and he was a catcher who converted to the pitcher's mound. Had some injuries the last couple of years. And has decided to hang him up. Good guy. We wish him the best. Off Volquez actually loses his glove. He will get the out at first to get Bourbon. Looks like he's all right. Barney advancing to third on the play.
This ball hit sharply as well. Back of the leg. Unfortunately for the Cubs, it settles right there.
I think he had a play on Barney at third, but I don't know if Chase Headley was near the base. I thought on that first replay I saw Headley pointing at first base. And with a big lead, just get the sure out.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a good look at the play here. See Barney's break. He looked briefly at third base. That was the right play.
Jesus has lined to short, flied to left. Headley in, everybody else back on the infield, and the pitch smothered by Hundley.
Well done by Hundley. Keeps his upper body tilted down and control the rebound.
The 1-0 line to first right at Alonso, so the Cubs continue to square up Volquez in this inning. Both outs have been hard hit balls.
Second time tonight David has lined into an out. He's had buzzard's luck this evening. That rocket to short his first at bat, now this one to first. What have I done to deserve this? Good guy. My teammates like me. I raise a lot of money for charity. You gotta be kidding me.
How about you with a little Pet Shop Boys? What have I done to deserve this? I'm guessing that's not on your iPod.
No, it was not. No. Should I download it? Think that'd be worth a download?
No, not really.
All right.
Just a song.
Because I'm willing to listen. I know
when.
you're kind of the expert in these matters, so I'm willing to branch out. You know, a man can only listen to so much Debbie Boone.
Well, if you like Debbie Boone, you might like the Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
always
saying.
thought that would be the ideal music to play when a reliever comes out of the bullpen. Debbie Boone singing "You Light Up My Life." See, I think a reliever, a closer with a good sense of humor, that would be his entry music.
Castro lofts deep left. That baby will go. 2-run homer. Another swoop by the Cubs here in the 5th, and it's 8-4.
Game on. Well, if you had the 5th inning in the office pool, you're a winner. 9 runs total so far by these two clubs here in the 5th. Reach out and touch somebody.
That was an 0-2 pitch that he put into the bleachers. So home runs by Valbuena and Castro. And Rizzo with a home run swing, and he missed it.
Now, because of this rally, Cameron Lowe spot in the batting orders on deck. Cody Ransom's out there. He'll hit if Rizzo can keep the inning alive. Oh, it's Hairston. I thought it was Cody Ransom. Scott Hairston.
Backs up Alonso. He's had a good night defensively and at the plate. The Cubs get 4, however. A couple of swoops here in the 5th, and they've cut that deficit in half. It's 8-4 San Diego. Pet Shop Boys in Dusty Springfield back 1987.
Oh, very nice.
Jesus lining out a couple of times, but his teammates picking him up. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th, keeping the Cubs within shouting distance. You brought it up. I'm just saying.
Boom. You're able to get it, pull it up. That's amazing. The 5th inning, it was like Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed just wheeling on each other that entire round.
5 for the Padres, 4 for the Cubs. 3 home runs combined. Well, in a game like this, the bullpen becomes critical because you start your comeback, you just can't let the Padres keep tacking on. Well, the bullpen has been really good here the last 2 weeks after a rough start. Denorfia strikes out. I want to give a shout out to our good friends from the Hot Stove Cool Music, the foundation to be named later. Theo Epstein's foundation. Big group here tonight. Getting set for Hot Stove Cool Music Chicago. More details to follow in the next couple of weeks. Always great to see Elise to Jimmy, Michael Creamer, and the whole gang getting ready to rock the house again in the middle of the season.
Whiling away the hours.
If you think about how much downtime there is for a baseball player once he gets to the ballpark, even during batting practice, you have year round, you take it with at least 2 other guys. You wait your turn. You think about how much standing around you do once the game starts.
Playing defense, it's a lot like hitting. You cannot maintain 100% concentration all the time. So players are trained when to relax and then when to focus. You'll see if you come to a game and you watch from the stands, you'll see the players after the pitch kind of straighten up, wander around, check the score, make sure they know where their teammates are, how many outs there are, and then as the pitcher comes set, boom, they're ready to go. Up on the balls of the feet, ready to make a play. So that right fielder in Little League that was picking dandelions so many years ago knew what he was doing.
Problem is he was picking dandelions as the ball was rolling past him.
By.
That's the only detail you left out. Row 2 and Headley whips. As we dip into Jim Deshaies' iPod.
See, now just picture your favorite closer sprinting out of the bullpen with this booming out over the loudspeaker at the ballpark. Kind of brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
Oh, thanks. I'm going to be having that go through my head for the next 12 straight hours. Do you work out to that song? Carlos Quentin, and that's going to go. So he's heating up. RBIs in each of his last 3 plate appearances, a sac fly, a double, and now a home run to make it 9-4.
Mike Cameron had pitched those first 2 hitters so well, punching out Denorfia and Headley, and just couldn't finish the inning. So make that 9 home runs he's allowed already this year. The slider just flattens out. He was down, but it didn't have a lot of sharp tilt to it. Flattened out a little bit. And that's what we saw in Miami the other day.
Maybe 9-4.
Yeah, maybe just in one of those stretches where just not getting away with any mistakes. Clearly, you have to be alarmed by the numbers. That many home runs in so few innings.
Quentin came in at 190 on the year, but has resumed his pummeling of Cubs pitching. Nine career home runs for Quentin in 29 games versus the Cubs. He's a new El Caballo. Backhanded play. Starlin Castro, strong throw, safe. Rizzo apparently came off the bag. Anthony claiming he applied the tag. Brian Knight didn't think so, and here comes Dale. long throw for Castro. He was in shallow left.
He's going to ask for help here because I think Dale's saying, I think Brian Knight is saying the throw pulled him off the bag, and Dale's saying, hey, could you ask the other guys if there was a tag applied? And I was looking, whether they saw it or not. And that's what he said. Did you guys see anything? Did you see a tag?
Jerry Davis going to the Cubs manager to give him an answer he doesn't want to hear.
Going to throw Sales a little bit on Castro. Let's take one more look here.
If he got him right there, he's out.
Yeah, if he got him on that knee.
Out.
Yep. And it's too bad nobody else could see, because that's a tough call for the first base umpire. He's looking down at the bag. He's looking at the play at the base and see whether Anthony was able to stay on the bag or not.
Alonso credited with a single. It's his third hit tonight.
Castro has a tendency sometimes to have his arm drop down a little bit, and that ball will tail on him. If he can get back on top, it'll stay truer.
Alonso runs, and Castillo could not get a handle on the ball. Well, that's a maneuver you would not have seen if the Cubs hadn't scored 4 times in the 5th inning. If it were 9-0, that's not something Bud Black would have done. But this game does not have the feel of being over just yet.
Yeah, nobody's going to take offense at a team stealing a base in a 9-4 game in the 6th inning. In any ballpark, especially in this park with the wind blowing out.
Cue the wind. 3-1. Line to Barney. Down to the knee to make the grab, and the inning is over. Quentin with a home run. We heard a couple of really bad pop songs during the inning as well. Bears defensive end. will join us. Raise your glass always in moderation to life, love, and loot. Alexi Amarista now playing center. Kotze is out in right, so Denorfia replaces him there. Moving over a spot. Dave Chappelle will hit for low. We'll see if the Cubs can continue where they left off in the 5th when they scored 4 runs. Ball 1.
Chappelle has only had 7 at-bats against right-handed pitching so far this year. Black willing to send Volquez back out there after that rough 5th. And I suspect he'll have a relatively short leash. If things start to go awry, he'll get somebody fired up in that pen.
All of a sudden, the Marlins in their best stretch of the year. When we left Miami, they had not won 2 in a row all season. Well, they've now won 3 in a row. Juan Pierre scored on a wild pitch with nobody out in the 9th. The Marlins came from behind and beat the Mets 2-1.
2 in the bottom of the 9th. How about that? Mets have now dropped 6 in a row.
2-2 to Chappelle. Fouled off.
The Cubs on Wednesday, May 8th for the Chicago Cubs Charities Pink Out presented by Advocate Healthcare in an effort to celebrate survivors and raise breast cancer awareness. All fans are encouraged to wear pink to the game. Fans of the Budweiser bleachers will receive this unique pink cap. Tickets are available at Cubs.com.
Wasn't pretty, but you got through it.
Toy boat. Toy boat. It's kind of like this game.
Congrats to Tim Hudson on his 200th career win. He combined on a 3-hitter and an 8-1 victory over Washington.
And he hit a home run.
Yeah, he doubled and hit a home run. So 9 in a row for the Braves over the Nationals. Going back to last year, and that's a leadoff walk.
I guarantee that's going to get somebody going in the Padre bullpen. Black gave Houston Street and Luke Gregerson the day off yesterday. Those are the guys he uses late to preserve wins. Street's his closer. Well, nobody up. I'm a little bit surprised. Even in a 5-run game.
In there on Scherholtz. Key double play turned off his bat to end the 4th. Cubs were threatening 3-6-3. They were trailing 3-0 at the time.
Just needs to change his sights a little bit. Yank this one through the hole between 1st and 2nd.
Aired to left. Quentin is there. That is out number 1. Wild one in Toronto tonight. Jays leading the Red Sox 9-7. David Ortiz scorching hot. He has homered for the 3rd time this year. Carp and Gomes for Boston. Edwin Encarnacion has connected twice for Toronto. Blue Jays 9.5 back of the Red Sox going into that one tonight.
Toronto's been awfully nice to Edwin Encarnacion. Put up some huge numbers since joining them.
Rookie Hector Rondon up for the Cubs. Castillo bailed, and slider came back over the plate. Detroit's won 5 in a row, 6-1 the final over the Twins. Justin Verlander improving to 3-2. Cabrera and Fielder both with home runs. I wonder if the Tigers have lost many games when those two guys have each homered in the same contest. I'm guessing no.
Especially with Verlander on the mound.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good trifecta there.
Milwaukee leading Pittsburgh 7-5 in the 6th. Since 2007, the Brewers are 45-7 at home against the Pirates.
It's enough to make you consider laying down a wager.
Ow. Castillo bounced that one maybe off the back foot. Yep.
And this is the last thing a catcher needs. He takes so much abuse over the course of the season behind the plate. All the balls you have to block, and the foul balls that ding you.
Chappelle on the 1-2, swing and a miss by Castillo, and the throw gets away briefly, but Chappelle's going to have to hold. So steal for Chappelle. That's the good news. Bad news for the Cubs, Castillo striking out.
Good look at the jump there. You see the ball still in Volquez's hand there at the top of his delivery, and Chappelle well on his way to stealing that base.
Well, Bueno homered his last time up. Here it is.
Cubs third basemen have combined for the third highest slugging percentage in the National League. Ian Stewart down on our injury rehab continues to really struggle.
A lot of strikeouts too. Now this is basically Ian's spring training. 2-0 on Valbuena. Trying to keyhole here. Outside 3-0 with Barney on deck.
Volquez doesn't want to give him anything he can pull. He's throwing that two-seam runner off the outside edge. Got another one in him.
Ball 4. Couple of walks in the inning. Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, heading out. Well, we talked about Dale Swain needing Edwin Jackson to give him some innings tonight. How about Mike Scioscia and Bob Melvin? You think Garrett Richards and Jarrett Parker were told, hey guys,
give me 9.
We need you tonight after that long game last night?
I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a little roster tweaking before that one.
I don't know the bullpen construction of both the Angels and A's, but each team had to use 7 relievers. And in a lot of cases, that's your whole bullpen. Well, Brandon Moss, he didn't even wait for his teammates to put the pie in his face. He did it himself because he knew it was coming.
He got another one anyway.
And then the Gatorade dumped over his head. A 1-0 pitch, missed badly, 2-0.
Really flying open there. You talked earlier about how sloppy he can get mechanically, and that front shoulder was real leaky there. Just a lot of pitches in the 5th, struggling with his command here in the 6th. Fatigue maybe a little bit of a factor. Usually shows up in the command more so than in the velocity.
3-0.
Guys normally can maintain their velocity over the course of a ball game, but when they start to get tired, they start to lose control of the body and therefore the command of the pitches. They're throwing the ball all over the place.
And it's a strike. It was a costly game last night for both teams. Peter Borges left with a strained hamstring. Luis Jimenez, bruised left shin. Coco Crisp of the A's, strained hamstring. Chris Young, strained quad. Brett Anderson was scratched with a sore ankle. Dan Straley started. Anderson then came in to pitch in the 13th.
Ankle got better.
And then he left with a foot injury. Wow, what a night / morning in Oakland. The 3-1 from Volquez is a strike, 3-2.
Darwin taking all the way there. Josh Hamilton got hurt in that game too. Bruised ego. 0 for 8. Boy, he can go into some serious funks for such a good player. All right, ball 4, base hit right here.
Runners will go with 2 outs. And Volquez steps off.
Body language from Darwin, was slumped shoulder. He had a pitch to hit there, didn't get it. It's tough though, you know, that's one thing about facing a guy like Volquez. It's hard to guess strike. He misfires so often. Hard to anticipate a certain pitch in a certain spot. Even one in the strike zone, even though the count is full.
Another 3-2. Really had to fight that one off.
That's where the late movement really pays off. would have been ball 4. But again, big situation here. The last thing you want to do is be rung up looking. Up and in are those two-seam fastballs.
Another 3-2 is bounced to third, foul. All right, so transactions today. The Angels sent Michael Roth to the minors, purchased Scott Cousins, put Peter Borges on the DL, and took Eric Ibar off the DL. The A's sent Dan Straley to the minors and called up Evan Scribner.
Just to get a fresh arm.
Volquez again on a 3-2.
Heads up. Fire in the hole.
That one almost ended up in the Cubs radio booth.
Oh my.
Pat almost had himself a souvenir.
Marty putting up a pretty good fight here, and Padres talking it over out there on the mound as to how they want to try to finish him off.
Got to be warm in that radio booth. They still have their windows in. Yet again on a 3-2.
Tried to fool him with the slide. You can tell the swings he's taking up those inside fastballs. He's protecting against that slider. Doesn't want to chase that slider down and away. So he's kind of on that timing wise. Just to move down a little bit. This is pitch number 11 in this at bat.
He walked him to load him up.
And I think Darwin had just made up his mind that he was not going to chase that slider off the plate. That's why he was a little bit late on those fastballs that were riding in on him. But he had a game plan. He stuck to it, and it paid off.
And it will knock this starter, Volquez, out of the game with 2 outs here in the 6th. Julio Bourbon will be the batter when we come back after a pitching change. Games. The Cubs with 4 runs in the 5th inning. Couple of homers, Valbuena and Castro, your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Right-hander Dale Thayer against Julio Bourbon with the bases packed. And a fastball missing outside, ball 1.
Thayer to try to bail out Volquez. He's been solid. No wins, a loss, but a 1.59 ERA.
Fly to right, and this will be handled by DeNorfia to end the threat. Cubs have the bases loaded, cannot score, and trail by 5 after 6. Seventh inning stretch. It's been a wild night here at the ballpark. Feels like training camp weather, doesn't it?
I know, it feels nice out here. It's finally Chicago's getting some of that spring weather.
Absolutely. Great to have you with us. So were you glued to all 3 days of the draft from first pick to last pick?
Actually, I really wasn't, to be honest with you.
I wasn't either.
You know, I don't know. Usually every other year, you know, since the time I've been in high school, I've watched it religiously, but I don't know, this year I just didn't watch it as much.
How about the year you were drafted?
What's that?
How about the year you were drafted?
Oh yeah, I
watched
watched
every second of it, right?
Especially waiting too.
Yeah.
You know, that was the hard part.
Hector Rondon, the new Cubs pitcher. Jed Jerko takes a slider off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So I want to know about the your football camp in your hometown of Rutherford, New Jersey, coming up in July.
Oh yeah, we're last year was the first year I did it. You know, I do a camp in my hometown, and you know, just trying to get back and teach the kids the fundamentals of the game. And you know, a bunch of my old college teammates and friends I grew up with, we you know, teach the kids these fundamentals, and just had a great time with it. And we're looking forward to doing it this year.
That's great. This one cranked out into deep right center. De Jesus gets to the spot and makes a catch for the out. Well, you've spent a lot of time obviously in Evanston and Northwestern, and now here in Chicago as a Bear, and you feel like it's your hometown, your adopted hometown?
Oh, definitely. You know, I've been out here for about 8 years, so it feels great to be able to get drafted to the same city, and you know, luckily, hopefully I'll be able to stay here for many more years.
So, East Rutherford, New Jersey guy. I'm guessing you were a Giant fan as a kid.
Actually, I wasn't.
No?
I grew up a Cowboys fan.
Cowboy fan.
Yeah, surprisingly. You know, my friends growing up always gave me a hard time because they were all in Giants or Jets gear. I used to come into Cowboys. And this is when the time when Cowboys were really good, when they had Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. So people were really salty at me.
Yeah, you probably weren't real popular with your boys back there.
No, they gave me a hard time.
1-0 on Hundley. You got a new head coach.
Yeah, we do.
Trestman.
Trestman, yeah. He definitely is an offensive-minded coach, and you know he's really about discipline and picking up the tempo. Our practice speed is unbelievable. You know, the offense gets over 100 reps of plays. You know, and we're just really about the fundamentals. And I definitely think it is good for us, and I'm excited for the season.
3-0 the count. Okay, so you didn't watch the draft, but when the schedule came out, you were glued to that, right?
Oh, definitely.
In your mind, you're going through each week.
Yeah, you know, we're definitely excited. You know, the off season is great, you know, because you get to be together, work out, but you really look forward to that first game, and you know, obviously you got to do training camp first, but you know, it's definitely itching to get to that point.
Now, you guys would probably rather just skip the preseason, but that can't do that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I feel like a lot of people would agree with that.
Hundley into the left field corner. It is a fair ball. And he will get to second with a double. So what's up with this triple major stuff?
No, I actually only had 2 majors. You know, I fell short of the triple major.
Okay, but that was your goal going in. Now,
yeah.
How did you have time to do anything?
You know,
playing football and studying. That's it.
You know, just trying to balance everything. You know, it was definitely tough, but you know, I think it definitely made me a better person and really appreciate, you know, the education that I had gotten paid for at Northwestern, and just balancing everything definitely helped me a lot.
You're a young guy. You have plenty of football ahead of you, but you've got a plan B.
Oh, definitely. You know, the average football career is 3 years, and you know, I always know I wanted to go to a great academic school. So it was between Northwestern and Boston College, and I decided with Northwestern, and you know, getting a degree with them, you know, the possibilities are endless.
Sure. And right here, and then you end up playing for the Bears. I mean, when are you going to open the restaurant?
Yeah, I know, right? I got to get a couple more sacks for that.
So Thayer batting after coming into the game to pitch. He's got a good beard working.
Yeah,
Dale Thayer.
Got that kind of Duck Dynasty thing going on.
Got past Castillo. So, baseball fan growing up at all?
Yes, I was a real big baseball fan. I actually grew up a Yankees fan just because being in Jersey. And baseball is actually my first love. You know, a lot of people don't know that. You know, I always wanted to make it in the professionals. One of my best friends, his brother played for the Rockies and the Mets for a little bit. So we always used to go to training camp and, you know, spring training down there in Arizona and check that out. So, you know, I always wanted to make it in baseball, but my size led me otherwhere.
Well, it's worked out very well for you.
You've been a good power-hitting first baseman, I think.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, you getting ready to sing here? We got 2 outs in the inning. Have some fun with it. You've got a lot of people helping you out. And we look forward to a great Bears season coming up here this fall.
I definitely will. Thank you guys for letting me.
Thanks, Corey. And
great to meet you.
At Corey Wooten, if you want to follow him on Twitter as well. We look forward to the stretch. As Cabrera bats with runner at second and 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Padres really hitting the ball all over the ballpark tonight to the tune of 14 hits and a ton of extra base knocks. That'll go foul. So, JD, have you been to Soldier Field yet?
I have not.
Well, we'll get you there this fall. Great place
it's
to
on
watch.
my bucket list.
It's high, 1-2. And that hit him in a bad spot. That could be a bad one.
It looked like he was above the elbow. He's in a lot of pain. Been on base 7 times now in the first 2 games of this series.
On the back of that throwing elbow. There's nowhere to go to get out of the way. Key is how much muscle, how much bone. He can deal with a bruise. I think they're simply just waiting for the feeling to come back to determine whether or not he's going to stay in. I think he's going to give it a shot.
It'll leave a bruise. It'll leave a mark for quite some time. But yeah, I think he got him above the. I mean, if he got that on the elbow, he'd still be on the ground. I think that was above the elbow.
So that'll give Denorfia a chance. One of the few Padres who hasn't done much at the plate. He is 0 for 4. At this point, they have not needed his offensive contributions. At the knees on a fastball. Strike away. Line into center, it'll get down. Here comes Hundley. The throw is going to go to second, and the Padres had another run to make it 10-4.
You mentioned it after the Cubs had that rally, that if you're going to come all the way back and win a game like this, your middle guys really have to pitch shutdown baseball. It's a 2-strike slider that stays up and out over the plate. And Denorfia, who had not contributed, ultimately cashes one in here in the 7th. But Rondon, he hasn't pitched a lot. For a Rule 5 guy, he's done a pretty nice job.
0-1 to Headley. Rendon now set. Trying to put away Headley. And he pops it up behind third. Foul ground. It'll be Valbuena. Corey Wooten with the 7th inning stretch.
Tonight's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ballgame, Chicago Bears defensive lineman Corey Wooten.
All right, fans, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
Last of the 7th. All Padres to this point, 10-4. DeJesus takes ball 1 from Dale Thayer. Bounced foul. 1-2 on DeJesus.
They're an interesting story. Originally signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Padres back in '02.
Deep to right for DeJesus. Gone off that LED board, I believe, or not. Are they saying it's in?
I think it hit the board. That's
a home run.
Dale's going to come out.
Yeah.
We're going to look at this one. So DeJesus, who's hit into hard luck all night long, decided to hit one where no one could make a play on him.
Yeah, that's a home run. I think it clearly hit off. In fact, look, right near Dale Thayer's picture. Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a home run, folks. Really not even close. So they'll go down to the room, take a look at it, and very quickly, hopefully, realize that is a home run.
We could have waved and let them know.
Yeah,
We've already looked, fellas.
So DeJesus has had that kind of night. He's lined out twice, and now he's got to wait to round the bases on an obvious home run.
But he's going to enjoy it. He's going to enjoy this 180-foot home run trot he's got coming.
Obviously, it's that LED board's very bright. It looked to me like it hit right near the 55. Really at the top of that board.
Well, we talked about how the players' concentration could waver on a night like tonight. Maybe the umpires too. And you know, unless just in a kind of a fleeting moment there was a misunderstanding of the ground rule. That a ball that goes over the fence is a home run.
It seems to be a pretty easy one.
So you're saying if the ball leaves the field of play, it's a home run.
So that'll make it 10-5. And here comes Jerry Davis signaling a home run.
Probably feels cheated. He probably wants to go out and do first and second again.
The longest home run trot of the season in the big leagues. 3 minutes. Five runs on 3 homers for the home team tonight.
Eight hits for the Cubs, 7 for extra bases.
Deep to right center. Going to stay in. It's to Northfield.
MLB.TV is celebrating 11 years. Join the millions of fans and subscribe today. Watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV baseball everywhere.
Comes a 1-1. It misses low. Former Cub Andrew Kashner tomorrow night for the Padres. Scott Feldman, coming off his first win, will go for the Cubs. Then it's your day on Thursday, partner. Lefty day. Eric Stoltz, Travis Wood.
A lot of craftiness going on that day.
He walked him. 4th Cub to walk in the last 2 innings.
Yeah, the Cubs haven't pitched very well tonight, but Padres, you know, Volquez walking 3 in the 6th with that big lead. Now they're not able to find the strike zone despite the big lead that he's working with. That just drives pitching coach nuts.
Nice note from Jason Carr, Cubs Assistant Director of Media Relations. That is the 5th replay review here at Wrigley Field. And I believe that is the first of the 5 that, check that, it's the 4th of the 5 to be overturned. That will be a 6-3 double play turned by Everth Cabrera to end the inning. They get a run on the homer and trail 10-5. and with Chicago's very own. Good friends of Steep Water Band. They're big Cub fans. That's Come On Down from their studio release Clava. Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. We're in the 8th, 10-5 San Diego, and a 1-1 count on Carlos Quentin, who's knocked in 3 tonight. So if we learned anything from the Quentin Greinke fight, it resulted in Quentin serving an 8-game suspension and Greinke dislocating his left shoulder. I think it's that Carlos Quentin is charging at you as he hits that one a deep left, and it is off the wall. 3rd straight extra base hit for him. You might want to get out of the way if he charges him out.
Yeah, don't do that Ram thing and try to take him on. And, you know, it's kind of like Brian Bosworth trying to tackle Bo Jackson. It didn't work out so well. It's a little bit of a hanging slider from Rondon. Just misses knocking it out of the ballpark. Yeah, that's where as a pitcher you got to take evasive action. Just do a little Olay and try to throw him to the ground.
Or hope that your catcher catches him before he gets to the mound.
Yeah, having seen that replay a few times now, it looked to me like Quentin wasn't committed to going out there initially. And then Greinke said something, and just the fact that no matter what he said, just the fact that he had something to say might have pushed Quentin over the top.
First pitch swinging Alonso with a fly ball out to short left. Sapelt makes a catch.
This game can get a little rough sometimes.
And Alexi Amarista will get his first AB. He swings away, and it'll be Sapelt yet again to haul it in. 2 outs. Tailing fastball is inside. A kick and a pitch. Rizzo will give it a look.
Rondon in his 2nd inning of work. Edwin Jackson was the starter. 4 2/3, 11 hits, 8 runs charged to Edwin tonight. So that ERA is going to take a big jump. Cameron Lowe, an inning and a third, 2 hits and a run. They each allowed a home run. Did Jackson and Lowe.
Jackson's ERA going from 4.76 to 6.27. Two-two. A little bit off the plate. Full count, 3-2. Saw Javier Baez was named the Florida State League Player of the Week at 435 last week. 2 homers. He slugged .826 as he gets out of his early season slump. Sean Camp up for the Cubs.
And Baez has been hitting the long ball down there at Class A. Continues to strike out way too much.
Rondon again. High for ball 4. So it's really this domino effect for the pitching staff, as the Cubs needed Jackson to give him some innings tonight. He could only go through 4 2/3. Then you use the guys you use a lot when you're trailing. Lowe for an inning and a third. Rondon trying to get through his second inning. So what it means for tomorrow night is that if Scott Feldman's got to give you innings, because if you have to replace him in the 4th or 5th, the guys who would do that pitch tonight.
Right, and if you have a chance to win a ball game, you want to have Russell and Greg and Marmol available to you late in the ball game.
So it creates this hole in the middle of the game where the manager really needs the starter to pick up the slack.
Michael Bowden only threw 9 pitches in the game last night, so he'll be good to go.
I feel like you could give a manager 12 relief pitchers, and they still every night would look at it like, I need.
Wish I had one more. Wish I could turn that lefty around.
I think it's the toughest thing for every manager to deal with is that bullpen. You don't want guys to sit too long. You talked about Rondon. You don't want guys to pitch too much and run out of gas in August. There's a major balancing act that goes on every single day in that regard. I guess what I'm saying is there's always something to complain about. If your starters are going 8 innings, you just sit there and go, I can't get my setup guys can't get in the game. And then if your starters aren't giving you enough.
Yeah, and I think most managers, given their druthers, would err on the side of rest. If it's available to give their relievers extra rest, at the risk of maybe them not being quite as sharp, they would probably, especially early in the season, go that way. Try to save as many bullets for the stretch as possible.
That is crushed. Nick Hundley way out of the back of the bleachers in deep left center. A 3-run jack to make it 13-5.
This is not the Nick Hundley that struggled and was ultimately sent to the minor leagues last year. He's really seeing the ball well and swinging the bat really, really well. Rondon showing some signs of fatigue, really misfiring. He just A hanging fastball right out over the plate.
So Hundley walloping one almost to Waveland. Bases cleared, and Jesus Guzman hitting for the pitcher Thayer.
Really the first game all year that's gotten away from the Cubs. I mean, they've had sloppy games. They've had games where they kick the ball around, but they have not had games where their pitching has been beat up like this. There was one, what, a 10-7 ball game?
But I think that was extras
Yeah.
against the Giants.
Yeah, I don't remember. It didn't feel like this one.
You want it? Who wants it? Hot potato out there in the bleachers. Off the end of the bat, punched out into right center. Scherholtz coming over. And the inning is over. 3-run homer by Nick Hundley, 13-5 for the visitors. Game series, which will end on Thursday. The Reds come in for the weekend, and then the makeup game against Texas Monday night before St. Louis comes here for 2. Ford, go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Feeling a little bit like spring training at the moment. 13-5 Padres. Chris Denorfia started the game in center, then went to right, now is in left. And Scott Hairston batting for Scherholtz. Is Will Venable in right?
Sure.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm going to go with it.
Might be Bud Black out there.
Yeah, so Quentin,
left-handed.
Carlos Quentin is out of the game. And as Hairston pops it up, Jerko has it.
Not a bad idea to give a Hairston a bat there off Thatcher. That's a confrontation we could see later on in the series. Give him a chance to see a couple of pitches from Thatcher. Give him a little familiarity in case he gets an important AB off of him tomorrow or the next day. Joe Thatcher, his teammates call him the Prime Minister. From Kokomo, Indiana. Normally just a lefty specialist, comes in for a hitter or two at a time.
There's Will Venable in right. Swing and a miss. Hatcher holds his hands really high in that set position as Castillo scatters the Cubs bullpen with that foul. Padres could not come up with that big hit last night. That has not been a problem tonight. They're 8 for 20 with runners in scoring position. How about 20 chances?
That's a lot of base runners.
They've hit 3 homers, a triple, and 5 doubles. 9 extra base hits among their 17 total.
How far is Kokomo, Indiana from here?
I don't think it's that far.
Probably a Joe Thatcher cheering section somewhere in the ballpark. Funky delivery. See where he would be tough on lefties.
It is about 165 miles, so a little under 3 hours away. Not too far from Clayton Richards' hometown of Lafayette. It's due east of Lafayette. Foul ball. Home plate umpire Jerry Davis making that call. Kokomo is the 12th largest city in the state of Indiana. Did you know America's first car was produced in Kokomo in 1894?
I did not know that.
It is known as the City of Firsts. A fly to left. DeNorfia has it on the warning track. 2 outs.
It's probably the first time you've had a lengthy conversation about Kokomo, Indiana on a telecast.
There's no question about that.
It's that kind of game.
"50 miles north of Indianapolis." Love the Beach Boys song about it. You might not have known, but Kokomo is near Aruba and Jamaica, according to the lyrics.
It's funny because I just had that song stuck in my head thinking about Kokomo.
Brave starter Brandon Beachy hails from there. Good rip by
He's still
Valbuena.
trying to work his way back from injury, is he not?
Tommy John surgery last June. Full count, 3-2. Darwin Barney on deck.
White Sox trailing the Rangers 10-6, bottom of the 8th in Arlington. Wise and Dunn have gone deep. Number 6 for Big Adam.
Former Cub Jeff Baker with a home run in that game as well. There you go. More bad 80s pop. 13-5. Hey, here's that guy again, Everth Cabrera. Seems like he's been up about 15 times already in this series. Got hit by a pitch in the 7th inning up near the right elbow.
And on base 7 times in these 2 ball games. He scored 4 runs.
Cubs' new pitcher, Sean Camp.
Sean worked a third of an inning last night. Dodged a bullet. He allowed a couple hits and a walk. And the bases loaded. James Russell came in and bailed him out.
That is in there on a slide piece. James Shields beat his former team tonight. 8-2 Kansas City over Tampa Bay. Mike Moustakas with a 2-run homer. Significant because it was a home run, and I like saying Moustakas.
Moose. That beatdown that the Indians put on the Phillies, that was on Roy Halladay. He struggled early, but then he'd gotten things straightened out, but he got cuffed around tonight. 8 earned runs allowed by Halladay in 3 2/3.
Ryan Rayburn with 4 homers over the last 2 games. That goes right to Barney, and they'll get him. 3-4-1. Rizzo couldn't get it, but the ball deflected right to the second baseman.
Looks off the side of Rizzo's mitt. Barney there backing up.
So the Indians hit 7 home runs and did not set a franchise record. It's 8. How about this? So Charlie Manuel's with the Phillies. He used to manage the Indians. Terry Francona's with the Indians and used to manage the Phillies.
I wonder if their franchise record was back in the Manny Ramirez, Jim Thome, Carlos Baerga era.
97. They hit 8 in a game and then tied it in 04.
Roy Halladay's allowed 8 home runs so far this year. In 2011, in 233 innings pitched, he allowed 10 home runs total.
Robbie Erlin, a left-hander up for the Padres. 2-run homer for Matt Holliday. All the Cardinals needed. They snapped a modest 3-game losing streak. 2 hours and 15 minutes, a 2-1 win over the Reds. The Reds beat the Cardinals 2-1 last night. So the rubber game will be tomorrow afternoon.
We were at 2 hours and 15 minutes in the 5th inning of this ball game. Well, they got a wild one going in Milwaukee too. Brewers were up big early. Now they lead 9-8 over the Pirates. They played 8. Rewarded for sticking around, hanging in there. Never say die.
Wonder how many pitchers have gone 0-6 in April.
I'm going to guess not many.
No, Philip Umber has lost the game tonight. For the Astros, the Yankees beat him 7-4. 4 wild pitches for Umber. Rizzo makes a catch in foul ground. DeNorfie is out.
Now, how about Umber's fate post-perfect game?
It has not gone well. One and nothing on Headley. So the Astros now are 8-19. They lead the majors by turning 36 double plays, and that can be a very misleading stat. It just means that they've had a lot of traffic.
Yeah, if you have a lot of base runners, obviously the opportunity to turn 2 is greatly enhanced.
Well, congrats to the Blackhawks. They just won in overtime over the Minnesota Wild. Brian Bickle with a game winner.
I wonder if Captain Cub is still here. Captain Cub has left.
High fly to deep center. David DeJesus to end the inning. We go to the last of the ninth. All Pods tonight 13-5. Major League Baseball. From shutouts to walk-offs, we've been celebrating the greatest moments in Major League Baseball for over 30 years. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer or go to shophonda.com for current offers. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. Bottom of the ninth inning, and partner, we've got a Major League debut alert. Robbie Erlin, a left-hander, acquired from Texas in 2011. Will pitch in the big leagues for the very first time.
That was the deal that sent reliever Mike Adams the other way. And yeah, he's got tremendous control numbers throughout his minor league. Look at his minor league numbers. Strikeout to walk ratio. Really, really good. He's a fastball, changeup guy.
5'11", 190. He's from Oakland, California. While in high school, as Barney sends one in the air out to Venable. Back to that in a second. Let's take a look at our Budweiser player of the game, Carlos Quentin. Kind of a rough night last night with 3 strikeouts. And in fact struck out in his first at bat tonight, but then a sac fly, an RBI double, a home run, and another double, and 3 runs. Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Last night's hero, Cody Ransom, will get a pinch hit appearance. Now 4 complete game shutouts for Erlin while in high school, including a no-hitter that featured 15 strikeouts.
Third-round pick of the Rangers in 2009. Ooh, there's a big looping curveball.
69 miles an hour.
Really distinguished himself in 2011 in Double-A. Better than 8 strikeouts for every walk. Just a little over a walk per 9 innings pitched. So he's going to throw it in there.
Inside, 91 on the heat, and he's run it full. Deep and gone for Ransom. A no-doubter.
The book on Cody Ransom is that he can turn on a fastball, and we've seen that in his limited time here with the Cubs. You put him in a fastball count, and you throw him one, he's going to put a good swing on it. His 3rd home run in, 14 at-bats, something like that. Welcome to the big leagues, Robbie Erlin.
Cubs have homered 4 times in the game, supplying all 6 runs. Jesus hit one in the 7th, originally called a double. Banged it off the scoreboard in right, the LED board. And to go to video review.
See if they can kick the extra point.
I guess it is technically a one-possession game. 2-point conversion.
Cubs pitchers tonight threw 172 pitches.
Club to center. Amarista reaches up and hauls it in. What have I done to deserve this? He should have 4 hits tonight. It's a nice play. Swing and a miss by Castro. He went deep in the 5th. He's flied out the other 3 times. Erlin's 1-1. Fouled at the dish.
This is one of those games because of the lopsided score. The pace at which it's been played, people are saying, man, it was an ugly game. The Cubs looked awful. Well, Cubs haven't looked awful. They haven't pitched well. A lot of guys have had really good nights at the plate.
Three and 2. Well, normally with this Cubs team, 6 runs would have been plenty. But not tonight. Another 3-2 from Erlin. And that one socked into center. Cubs remain on life support tonight. That'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. 2 doubles, a walk, and a ground out for Rizzo. Castro takes off for second. The ground ball is fair. It's going to rattle around in the corner. Castro will score. Rizzo has his 3rd double of the night. So they do get that extra point, 13-7.
Rude welcome to the big leagues for the young left-hander. Robbie Erlin, 22 years of age, has given up a home run. A deep drive by DeJesus, solid single Castro. Now this run-scoring double off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. Rips it right down the first base line. There's been a slew of extra base hits in this game.
Oh, 0-1 to Sapelt. Blue Jays did beat the Red Sox 9-7, ending a 4-game losing streak. Also ending the Red Sox 5-game win streak. So the Red Sox, even though they lost, they'll go into May with the best record in the major leagues for the 11th time in franchise history. 18-8. This will do it. Amarista, right at the very end, had to make an adjustment and make the catch. The Cubs get 2 in the ninth, but nowhere near enough. A final score tonight, the Padres 13, the Cubs 7.